Landman Season 2, Episode 3 really piles the pressure on Tommy Norris, as if he didn't already have enough fires to put out. After the last episode explored the trauma from his past, this week dragged him right back into the chaos of the present. Everything at MTEX is spiraling even faster than Tommy expected. Cooper is knee-deep in trouble without realizing how bad it is, and every time Tommy tries to get ahead, he finds a brand new mess waiting for him. But the episode isn't all doom and gloom. There are a few bright spots. Ariana lands a new job and seems ready to stand on her own. Tommy actually makes progress, tiny steps but still progress, in trying to untangle MTEX's disaster. And on top of that, it looks like he and Angela might actually find their way back to each other after years of being divorced. With all these developments happening at once, it's the kind of episode where you really have to pause and question how each moment fits into the bigger story. If you caught something I didn't, let me know in the comments because this one had a lot going on. One of the biggest shocks comes when Tommy and everyone at MTEX realize the company is completely out of cash. Not just hurting, flat out broke. They're desperately trying to scrounge together $420 million to rebuild the offshore rig that the hurricane destroyed. But when they go looking for the insurance money Monty supposedly received before he died, there's nothing there. Monty hid everything. Every dollar is buried under layers of his shady financial games, and nobody can track it down. Monty had been running the company off personal accounts and lines of credit, using a tangled system that kept MTEX technically operating but left it cash poor. It's such a mess that the show even makes you wonder whether the full $420 million ever existed in the first place. Alan might be able to claw some of that money back, especially now that Tommy literally knocked some sense into him. But even then, it won't be enough. And without that cash, the company could face massive lawsuits, especially from the insurance company. Monty's actions didn't just hurt the business. He might have put every single person connected to MTEX at risk. If you think Tommy's going to dig his way out of this, tell me how you think he's going to pull it off. We also get a better look at Andy Garcia's Galino, who's been operating under his other name, Dan Morrill. As Dan, he runs Sonrisa, the financial group backing Cooper's wells. And according to him, his cartel ties are just another investment. He plays this calm, collected businessman with a wife, Bella, and a polished persona, but we can see there's far more going on underneath. What's fascinating is how he explains the decision to support Cooper. Apparently, Sonrisa offered Cooper those unreal contract terms partly as compensation for Tommy nearly being killed back in Season 1, and partly because he genuinely believes in Cooper's strategy. Galino sees Cooper's approach, buying supposedly useless wells and drilling deeper, as a hidden opportunity in the industry. So, if we take him at his word, this isn't just manipulation. He actually thinks Cooper might make him a serious return. Whether you believe that or not is another debate entirely, so drop your thoughts below. One of the most intense moments of the episode is the H2S gas leak. Hydrogen sulfide isn't just dangerous, it's deadly. The second we hear that rotten egg smell, we know things are about to go very wrong. And they do. Hunters end up dying from the exposure, and several MTEX workers suffer serious injuries. For Tommy and Cammy, this is another catastrophic blow. Not only do they already owe millions for rebuilding the rig, but now they'll have to deal with wrongful death claims and all the repairs. It's like every time they try to rise above the waterline, something else drags them back under. And then there's Ariana, whose storyline surprised a lot of viewers. Despite receiving a huge settlement and having the option to stay with Cooper while he makes money, she takes a job bartending at the Patch Cafe. On the surface it seems odd. Why would she put herself in such a rough work environment when she could have avoided all of this? But when you look closer, it makes sense. Ariana broke things off with Cooper because she didn't want to rely on money, and she still has a child to take care of. She doesn't have professional skills or experience, so getting an entry-level job is the most realistic way she can support herself. And honestly, after everything with Elvio and Cooper, it seems like she wants independence and a fresh start more than anything. A normal job is probably the only thing that feels grounding for her right now. There's so much happening in this episode that every storyline feels like it's setting up something even bigger. If you noticed any details or theories I didn't touch on, jump into the comments. I love hearing what other fans picked up on. And if you're enjoying these breakdowns, make sure you let me know so I can keep going with the rest of the season.